You read the title, bro. You know what's up. Today, I'm gonna be stating some of my many quote-unquote unpopular opinions. And quite honestly, I don't even look at these as opinions. My God, these are cold-hearted facts. But hey, you know how I go. In today's light, touch somebody the wrong way, canceled, you know what I'm saying? I know you shouldn't be touching people, but you know, I like having fun. But yeah, turn up, gang. Like, subscribe. Let's just get on with it. Snot is not that good at all. But nah, for real, while he does seem like a genuine, non-problematic, very likable, authentic rapper with a good personality, the music ain't good. Huh? And bro, I do not want to do this. Cause bro, look, like, do you actually think I want to shun another brother representing for the hoodie wearing in any weather? Any weather. 90, I'm rocking this hood. It's chrome, I promise. And oh my God. And yeah, I ain't gonna, bro, he is fine as hell. Rage. You're not fooling any. Alright, but no, really. I do rock with him as a person and actually do respect bro. I just don't get the hype surrounding him. He's just a bland, below average artist or rapper at best. There's no character to his music that stands out. There's nothing that excites me or gets me interested, that makes me eager to even want to listen to this Something that really draws me into his music. Bars, melodies, hooks, flow, beats even. Anything. There's nothing about him that stands out, and especially when there's so many better options out there that do what he does better. Hence why whenever he gets a guest appearance on this song, the feature 8 times out of 10, they just wind up stealing the show and snatching the attention away from him every single time. Time. And even with some artists who I don't even consider to be top tier or levels above anybody, even with artists who I don't really enjoy or respect, he just gets washed as he doesn't have the ability that they have to be a solid or half decent rapper. And I tried, man, I really did try, but I just can't get into him as there's just nothing to take away from him. I'm not trying to hate on him, I'm just giving my opinion. And he's probably a great person to be around. He's probably a nice ass nigga, and I feel bad. But with the music, it's just super generic, limited vocabulary. Are you really a rock star? I mean, you're hardly even a rapper. And how many times you have to tell me, and it's like bullets, balls like amber. He's just not that good, man. I don't know. Very boring, bland, tasteless. And I honestly just don't get the appeal. I don't hear the bars, I don't hear the flow, I don't feel the vibe, I don't see the talent. And with him being pushed to the forefront of our generation, this goddamn weekly Lyrical Lemonade video, I just don't understand the hype surrounding him and his success. But I guess people like deep voice, I don't know, y'all confuse me. I just don't get the hype. What's so impressive about this guy? Alright, I'm going in on this nigga. Let me stop. He's just a deep voice nigga with a basic flow. Alright, let me stop, bro. I'm going in on this nigga. God damn. And everything he does, there's someone else that does it 10 times better. And even they might not be that good, but since he isn't good at all, they just... Bro, let me stop. And I respect his come up, I do, but I don't know. I don't understand it. But hey, he's still young, and who knows what he could do in the future, as everyone is really just getting started now. He could do something with that. He could build off of that voice, I guess. He still has time to improve as an artist, but right now, bullets, balls like amber. Snot just don't got it. Or maybe I don't get it. Bro, I love SoundCloud. And I think we all do. As it's a platform where you can discover undiscovered new talent early on and get dibs to say, oh, I was there when he had 5 views. When they blow up. That shit is annoying. And talent that could possibly reach the stars. And to know it's not just an era, it's a platform, and it'll always be around. You just gotta pay attention before it's too late. And there will always be a special place for it, opposed to what people might say, oh, SoundCloud died past 2016 and 2017. Like, bro, it's a platform where people around the world can drop music for free. Like, oh yeah, people stop having talent after those years. Like, come on, my nigga, shut up. And honestly, bro, the new generation of SoundCloud, or the new wave, is much better than the past generations, 2015, 16, and even 17. The Holy Trinity, goddamn, grow up, my nigga. Bro, this even hurts me to say because many of those artists hold a special place in my heart. But many of them have stagnated themselves, failed living up to any of the expectations that they once had, and just plain fell off. On a ratio scale, there's just much more talent coming out now than there was back then. And yes, you can sum that up to them just learning from their predecessors. But overall, there's a lot of guys that are actually talented. Whereas to back then, there were only really a handful. A lot of them just got stuck in SoundCloud purgatory. Whereas to now, it's already getting harder and harder every day to consider these guys underground artists, as they're going up that quick. And I feel like some of them mainly get praised for the nostalgic feel of what they had and the memories we had of them. It's a lot more broader nowadays, being way more expansive in different genres, and overall just making better music. I feel like a lot of the previous generations in SoundCloud were more dependent on the edge that it had, the grungy feel to it, with these new ideas, and even with some of them being more known and more recognized from their antics, image, gimmicks, and clout, more than actual talent or quality of the music itself. They had that young energy, and the new wave is just expanding, refining, and innovating off of those and taking it to the next level. And not to diss anyone or take anything away from the previous generation, I love and respect those past eras, as a few goats in my book have come out of that, and some of them are still thriving to this day, growing and creating some of their best music, and they did influence some of my favorite up-and-coming rappers now. But that's just the continuous circle of life, learning from the past and building off of that. The jit's just going crazy, bro. The new wave's in good hands. A lot of hands. And it's in the best shape it's ever been. The new wave of the underground, they sound better, are already statistically surpassing them in only a matter of like a year, and are genuinely talented. They just moving smarter. But yes, this is just the beginning, so who knows where they could go. They could easily just fall off the map. But without a doubt, for the most part, they're just better technically and sonically overall. And keyword, I did say some of those guys back then, as many of them were just really never good to begin with, and weren't really built to last in the first place. And a lot of those guys didn't give off the mentality that music was the main priority. But these guys, they're locked in, recording in the studio or the bedroom, mixing their own stuff, doing everything themselves, working on their craft, their future. Summrs is not that bad, bro. He's really not. Now y'all know how I feel about this new generation of these SoundCloud rappers coming up, because yes, that's what you are. With the rise of literally everyone he came up with, I feel like Reno's been almost left in the dust. It seems like, at least for right now, it seems like many just forgot about him and forgot what he did for his contemporary. And yes, I know, a lot of people might look at him like the guy that Fago absolutely fucking obliterated. Goddamn death by MP3. He's actually pretty good. He's actually pretty talented. Like, honestly. As how would he even get to this point if he wasn't? Bro, you just gotta find the right song, as you should with every artist. With a whole bunch of underground classics under his belt. 3 AM in the Cat, The Boss, Test Some, So For Real, Let the Girls SW Kid, no. Tour Browser, When It Rains, Part 1 and 2. Shout out Benji. Get Him Gone. Okay, I'm just saying shit. Lil Simba's mad good at NSC. You want a new bag or something? Look at this. And I could see him touching the mainstream. You just gotta find the right songs with the right producers around the right time, and with the right auto-tune key. The songs for you. He's not ass. With a lot of potential, only if he will show it more. With his style over the years really ranging from different sounds, with all these different producers he's helped put on, and all these artists he's helped put on, you just can't deny Reno. Stop playing and give him a chance. You gotta give Reno his props. And this whole hit or miss claim is just kinda unfair to him, as given the amount of music in his catalog, it's pretty much a given that you're not gonna hit with every single drop. You know, it's kinda human. And you'll be a damn lie to say he ain't at least have a little, just a little influence on this new plug and B wave and his impact on the underground as a whole in the past 3 years. You'll be a damn lie. I'll slap this shit. And while he's not on top or as better as he once was compared to his contemporaries, he's still fine, young, and does have time. Don't discredit him. Mr. Rage is not that good. I don't know, I think he waited too long or something. It didn't live up to the hype for me, as while we waited, the beat took on a life of its own, with remix after remix and the TikTok fan edit. MTR's instrumental is just its own piece of music, damn near inspiring whole careers, and this whole new wave of hyper synth rage beats that kind of carried and took away the power of the actual drop of MTR. Trippy's hook was probably the only part that I could say I really enjoyed, but even with that, because it came with the snippet. But his verse, it was high. It didn't leave that much of an impression. Kind of basic, honestly, but it was okay, but even Carti's verse couldn't suffice. The main point of this song even existing and what the hype was built around, even he couldn't suffice. And I'm not even saying that he did bad, because he did solid. He did Carti, and Trippy did Trippy. But the beat, man, shout out Luso. The beat is just that goated that really no vocals would do it justice. On some Beethoven shit. Goddamn Lutoven, dead ass. None of them did ass or nothing, but none of them could live up to the beat. You almost couldn't rap on it. But I will not lie, the Mario Judah remix, while I won't say it was better than the actual song, like these weirdos that just want to be different, because the song wasn't ass or nothing, but I will say adding his hook, I Mr. Rage, I feel like adding that halfway through Trippy's hook would have went so hard, or at least at the end of the song. That shit would have went so hard. But you know, given his thing with Carti and Iggy, that would have never happened. Word of advice, don't do lame shit and you'll probably get far in life. You know, niggas might actually fuck with you. Wow. But all in all, the song wasn't bad. The song is alright, but it just wasn't enough for the beat. But it's alright for me. We'll probably go crazy at a show or something. Oh God. Bad Baby ain't that bad. And I've been saying this for years. And as a matter of fact, you know what I'm saying? She bad as shit. Alright, hold up. Okay, now have we all grown up and accepted the fact that Blueface actually be snapping? Not only are his songs just catchy with that catchy bouncy West Coast vibe, his flows are fucking solid. He has a vibe with his wordplay. He makes pretty good music. And this whole thing of him being offbeat, which is debatable now, as I guess his cadence, especially in the beginning, was a little goofy and off-putting. But when you get down to it, not only is he one of the finest rappers in the game, but he's also one of the most witted, having some of the most clever, funny bars in recent memory. If you were to actually listen to him and look beyond the memes and stop dick riding, you would see that he's actually pretty fire. He's talented, really. He gives me that weekend vibe at the club. He makes pretty solid music and is only getting better and better with time. And with his swagger, presence, and unique flow on a beat, every time you hear him, you already know you're in for something. And that's truly evident with his new music with his recent songs that he carried the YouTube kid, but he's only getting better and better, and in time may get a song as big as Tatiana or bigger than that. As let's be real, it really only takes one song to get back up there. And it's time after time that I see people saying he fell off after Tatiana, when it's like, bro, he's only blown up 2 years ago, bro. Let him grow. And he's already grown in streams from the song with the YouTuber. It's only been 2 years. Goddamn. Quando is better than Youngboy. Man, I swear, at least for right now. At least for right now. Big bruh. What it is for me is the melodies and his style with that distinct melodic raspy voice, and of course with that hood love teardrop shit. And yes, not saying I like that. And I know, granted, at the beginning or even past Youngboy's breakout, Youngboy did have a melodic tone and less rough and aggressive house party sound that he's now making with his newfound Lil Top persona. That whole gritty, hard, aggressive style is really not for me. I like melodies. I miss the melodies, and I miss that hood love teardrop flow that he used to have with songs like No Smoke, Untouchable, Graffiti, pretty much the entirety of AI Youngboy, and even with AI Youngboy too. I feel like that passion that Youngboy once had isn't gone, but it's in a different place. I feel like over time he strayed away from that and grew past that in his own respective way. And at times he can maintain that melodic flow, but not like Q right now. And I feel like right now is Quando's time. He's just more hungry, and he has that determination that Youngboy once had and could fill in that space that was left behind, because he's in that come up phase. But he's tapping into that sound. He's tapping into that wave. He's with Youngboy locked up right now. He's holding it down right now. Now Youngboy's such a household name. He isn't just Youngboy now. He's Lil Top. He can really bullshit on a song and make a hit, whereas the Q, he's putting his soul on every track. Man, Quando is just more focused with the melodies, and I would probably even say better than Youngboy in that department. Alright, let me chill. And I know what everyone gonna say, oh, Youngboy better, but grow up, you're 30, you got kids, feed them. But I feel like that melodic compassion and pain within YB's music has been lacking from at least 2020. And really, he's probably grown past that melodic flow, and it probably comes natural with his nature. But it's just not for me completely. And I just feel like Quando's filling in that void that was missing for a little minute, almost being at that point of reaching his prime. He's about to get his Untouchable, his No Smoke, his Outside Today, his Valuable Pain, his Through the Storm, his story of OJ top. Okay, no, wrong song. His time is coming soon. Quando just needs that one to solidify himself, to get himself on that level. Q been talented and hungry for years, but now is where I feel like it's all coming to fruition. He could really be up there as long as he stays focused, tapped in, and out of the way. But hey, you know how it go. Alright, let me stop, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Hyperpop is pretty dumpster juice, man. I'm gonna keep it a buck. It's very cheeks. It's very trash. Very Kid Lawrence. I don't know, man. Specifically in the up and coming glitchcore underground scene stuff, music. I don't know music terms. I don't know why I'm here. Whatever, the scene. Hyperpop isn't a linear genre at all. And with it being a damn near undefinable genre in a sense, it can even be hard to explain because there's the pop style, rap, rage, and probably much more that I'm afraid to get into, all while maintaining the sense of being experimental, creative, fun, happy, and sped up. Bro, who wrote this? Specifically in the underground scene of glitchcore or Roblox NB, at least for the most part, apart from a few acts that are more prevalent figures in the scene, such as Dollywood, Osquin, Midwest, Lou, OAF1, Eric DOA, kinda, Youngster Jack, Wells, David Shoddy, and yes, even that ugly ass nigga Capo. No matter how you feel about them, you can't discredit them for their talent being some of the biggest, what they've done for the scene, and how big they've gotten in the scene on their own. And I'm seeing that as a casual, but when you really get into the sound, apart from them, I'm not even really talking about them, you know, sometimes. But when you get in the nitty gritty, literal dirt of the underground stuff, I'm talking stuff with 300 to 1,000 plays. It just sounds all over the place with an unnecessary amount of stutters. Why do you all sound like Sonic the Hedgehog? Annoying ear screeching vocals. Are you sure he's 13 or is the little nigga 6? Was that an 808 or was that a 4+4? Stupid ass. When they're not done the right way and at times by the right people, it just leaves it feeling all over the place and just a pure mess of a song. And just imagine them doing shows. Ugh. Hyperpop glitchcore is trash. It just sounds like a whole bunch of non-biography niggas just discovering the scene, aka watching Okay I'm Cool on YouTube.com, getting a laptop, a blue snowball, shit, the same shit that I'm using. It just ain't know what to do with the motherfucker. Doing God knows what with it during nap time. It's just making noise on FL Studio. Beating on pots and shit, goddamn, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is some of this? It's unique, but does that instantly make it good? And I'm not gonna lie, I do get a taste of a bit of creativity with these ideas, but many times it fails to fully captivate me and invest me into the scene, as it's just weird. Which is one reason why I feel like that sound of glitchcore will never translate or convert into the mainstream or even get a bigger audience than it has now, just because it's that fucking weird, not really feeling as innovative as everyone says it. And bruh, there be times where I'd be listening to some of the bigger names, some of the frontrunners' music, and at times I'd be side-eyeing them. It's rare for me to truly enjoy a hyperpop song, a fully glitchcore hyperpop song, whatever biography, and it just may not be for me completely, as I don't even really listen to it that often. So why are you making an opinion on this? Nigga, fight me. As there are still many songs that I in fact really enjoy and that I feel are essentials to the subgenre of the subgenre, like Perfect or MBN or I Try My Best. But honestly, those are just a bit sped up underground rap, pop, or emo music, which really hits the best for me when it's the perfect blend between hyperpop and normal music.
It must be nice to have parents that love you.
It's just noise, man. A lot of noise. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm not biography enough or something like that. And a lot of them are just weird, problematic, Discord moderating, edgy tryhards, nature lovers all of a sudden, contradicting, Discord moderating, emotional teenagers. And Carti over Uzi, man. Carti over Uzi. At least for right now. No. EA wasn't bad, wasn't ass, and if anything, it was great. Good, as there's a lot of songs I could just vibe out to or play at the gym or just listen to while I'm hooping, but behind that, it wasn't all that compared to a whole lot of Red. And yes, you can compare these two, as they both had the same amount of anticipation, being waited on for 2 years, and it didn't deliver like whole lot of Red did. It didn't have longevity. EA wasn't really worth the wait, and it wasn't all that impressive, and even he can admit that. It wasn't trend-setting, groundbreaking, time representing, like Carti always is. It wasn't obscure like whole lot of Red was. The fact that it was so different and weird was what made everyone attract to it or react to it for real. With this new punk rage style and with his raw distorted cadence that at least grew on everybody that I know. I mean, Carti had people hating this album the first day and then the next day people loving it. Kind of like that one relationship with Ruby Rose and the damn DDA gonna hate me. And he already has offspring strictly off the aesthetic, sound, and whole aura of this album. That just shows you how strong his impact is. Everyone wants to be Carti. Carti Juniors, Onyx, step it up. And not trying to take away anything from Uzi and his influence of what he's done for this generation, but right now Carti's going crazy. And I mean, let's be real, with his aesthetic, obscurity, rarity, and releasing music, and really undefinable presence in the game, has grown into something like a godlike mogul figure. And Uzi is just being good old Uzi, the same old innocent, lovable, dancing, candy eating, non-problematic, for the most part. Carti is not just a rapper, and they both had highly anticipated drops, and to keep it a buck, only one of them really delivered on that hype. And beyond that, Carti is constantly tweaking his sound and getting better with each album. And for Uzi, EA felt like a little step back. Hey! Cringy as fuck. Now, this might not even be an unpopular opinion, but I don't hear too many people saying it. And a matter of fact, I don't hear people giving Ski his flowers. Ski Master Slump God has the potential to be one of our generational defining artists of the 2010s and 2020s. A valuable artist. A GOAT. While I have said in the past that I feel like Ski may never replicate or have that same impact as X did, it's just kind of dumb, unnecessary, and didn't need to be said, and I don't know why I'm bringing it up now. But if only he was more consistent. Like, bro, how hard is it to press the publish button? But I have zero room to talk about consistency, so let us move on. Nah, but honestly, bro, Ski has arguably the most unique sound of our time, just being emanatable, and could really be seen as a Busta Rhymes or Ghostface Killer of our time, like, on God. With his sort of effortless, unlimited flows, just bizarre charisma on the beat, his witty and goofy bars, and I low-key always felt like he was the better rapper between him and X. But I digress, because I hate when people talk about X whenever bringing up Ski, as really that's just a disservice to him and his artistry and his name and his overall career. Ski was once upon a time my favorite rapper, and it's like a dopamine from the saturated market of pulling up at the drip. And whenever listening to him, I feel the sense of not only joy, but something electrifying, mind-blowing. I don't know, bro, it's just, it feels like something that's not even human. Now I know it sounds crazy, and it's kind of crazy that I'm just now talking about him, but bro, just listen, it's such a relief. And just goofy, all while maintaining the energy of a rapper. And it's like a blend of what made the past generation with the essence and swag of the 2000s, reminiscence of the cloud era, and it's just fun. He could be on some figurehead type or on that GOAT time, if only he would be more consistent. And I guarantee you that would definitely show and further cement his name in the minds of many who say he fell off or fell back, when he's just really on a hiatus. Kasher, Quando, teejay X6, and 10K Kev go hard as hell. I ain't gonna lie, I don't care, bro. I don't care, bro. Them boys be snapping and it's just fun, goofy shit. But that's just the Detroit sound as a whole. Just outlandish, disrespectful nigga music. Man, I think Florida takes the disrespectful one for the fucking cake. Oh my god. And it's a break from, oh, pull up to his block with the Glock. Like, sometimes I don't want to pull up to the block. Sometimes I don't want to tote the Glock. Look, the little break from your everyday rap stuff. It's entertainment. And sometimes you need something different. And people might sit here and argue and say that they're offbeat and they're trash and they can't rap, which, yeah, y'all ain't lying, but that's the point. They don't have this crazy musical talent that's supposed to blow you away and leave you feeling bullets, balls, like, no, you're not gonna leave with this cohesive, oh, he really just said that? But I guarantee you will leave with a laugh, because that's the point of their music. It's just nonsense. They just messing around. And once you feel like you've understood them and you know what's coming next and you know their style completely front to back, they just catch you off guard with some of the most outlandish, relatable, depending on your life choices, lines. The stuff they say wouldn't fly at the Grammys or the BET Awards, or even in most of y'all's playlists. But that's my appeal to them. No one does what they do. Their style is different. It's just some mindless, over the top, over exaggerated nigga rap. And to me, it's pretty hard, bro. Really, I don't know how to truly describe it, as it's not really meme rap since it doesn't follow any trends, but it's just some funny niggas in the studio fucking around. And whenever someone else does try to copy it, they honestly just can't replicate that same feeling as you would listening to Kasher, teejay, or Kev. Kasher being my favorite. And I was just like most of y'all 2 years ago when I first discovered them. Till the end of 2019, my Apple Music replay shit came in with 4 hours of TJX6. I had listened to 4 hours of TJX6 and I didn't even know. Cause it was just that funny. I just had that much of a good time listening to him. Its entertainment is funny. And you can't lie, it is pretty clever. And just punch in the most bizarre shit over these groovy beats. And low-key just putting them to waste, I ain't gonna lie. Their one-liners sound like some you would hear straight out of your group chat or something. With that style, I can see them going up off of TikTok with certain sounds or getting an iconic meme, as Kasher low-key has already a few times. And you can't lie, bro, it's just clever and unique to them. Their one-liners, their delivery, the content of the lyrics in general, their cuts. I mean, look, who else would do that to themselves? I mean, fuck, I don't take them serious, they don't take themselves serious, but they still going. But I guess if you want a more serious version of them, I would say listen to the Shitty Boys. You know what I'm saying? They nice. Babytron with his Drake Bell looking at it. But it's actually hard, and I just be bumping this shit casually. And I don't care how trash people say it is. Hey, it's just excellent nigga rap. Come on. Deathrace for love over goodbye and good riddance. No bap, no bap, no bap. I said it. I'm saying though, Deathrace just felt a lot more focused on his theme and not all over the place like good riddance. And bro, like I swear, a portion of good riddance sounded like it was recorded in goddamn the closet, damn closet, and the other half at Mike Dean or Dr. Dre's studio. Like, consistency, it is key. And it's also something that I feel like Deathrace had enough of, and good riddance almost had a little too much of. There's a lot of the songs just sounding the exact same. And I'm gonna keep it a buck, most times I couldn't even differentiate between each other as they all sounded the same and revolved around the same topic. Like I swear, at times I'll have to recite a whole song before going on the actual song that I want to listen to, because damn near all the names are similar, the beats, and revolved around the same topic. Repetition, it was the same thing, and I get it, everyone loved this debut as it was a strong debut with some pretty solid essentials, and did solidify Juice as an up-and-coming figure of emo rap, and in the industry, breaking him into the Billboard charts. And yes, I know, not only for his hit song, Sleep Paralysis, but for the other tales of heartbreak, indulging you in his mindset, expressing his feelings on past relationships and drugs. But it was just that, consistently. It was very linear and got stale after a while for me. Are we seriously gonna act like it's his best? And a lot of those beats and with the structure and his vocals, they all sounded the same apart from Lean With Me, Wasted, and Insomnia. And I feel like over time, Juice just grew past that, working with different beats, instrumentals, different producers, and he started to develop a more lazy, melodic, easygoing, kind of mainstream rap flow, which was honestly better. And after a while, it became his signature flow, but at times he would go back to that all girls are the same, black and white, still, Lean With Me sound. But even at that, it was more developed and better, working with different artists and producers and getting features. Deathrace was anything but repetition, with non-stop banger after banger over these various instrumentals and almost different subgenres. And opposed from Goodbye and Good Riddance, it was all mixed and mastered professionally, as he did get to that certain level of popularity where he could record at bigger studios and not Juice only grew and got better as any artist should. He had to. From songs with Post Malone's Little Nephew, 10 Feet, Make Believe, Flaws and Sins, man, Robbery, of course, and that one song with that one R&B nigga that every black girl wants to fucking devour, also known as the grandma in the wheelchair from the SpongeBob episode with braids. Fuck it, I tried. That nigga sexy. Being some of my favorite songs from him, not only on that tape, but in his discography. The fact that he freestyled that within a week, and of course with Juice just growing as an artist, past some of those songs on Goodbye and Good Riddance that were recorded in early 2017, lyrically and vocally just sounding better and better. It's just a hard body of work and is better, being my second favorite released in 2019. And also makes me think of what other gems, classics he would have put together to further validate himself, adding to these two in his damn near flawless discography. If only he was here to do so. But hey, leakers, get to work. No! Pasto Flocco will never blow up. Or at least to his fullest potential, beyond that little 2K he got going on, you know what I'm saying? And look, no matter the first track you heard from Pasto, whether it be Illiterate Love, Sean M, Ball Hard, Prod by Tech, and Angelic Takeover featuring Tekka, which was the way I found him. Okay, so the so obvious thing that I'm alluding to, that I'm trying to get to, is no matter how you slice Pasto, is with him clearly being ugly as a I mean, god, you was born like that? You can't get to the center of his cake without acknowledging Lil Tecca. Not only from their very similar lazy New York melodic cadence, but on his songs, videos, his entire catalog, and almost everything about him has something to do with Lil Tecca. I'm afraid to say it's been like that, and it's going to be like that for the remainder of his career. That might be a little barrier, a little block, a little bump to go over in Pasto's blow up, and it will hold him back from reaching his true potential and being seen as his own artist, and in the grand scheme of things, being seen as a version 2 of Tecca in the mainstream, as that's one thing that the typical mainstream fan will say after hearing Pasto. That, oh, he sounds just like Tecca, or Tecca with a deeper voice, or even worse, he's a Tecca clone. Versus what the average underground listener might say, that, oh, they came up together and were longtime friends and were close for 4, 5, 6+ years. And for all we know, they both came up with that sound. And that is true. But you gotta look at it from the mainstream perspective, as they are the main ones consuming it and giving it the most push. And they would be kinda right to a certain point. And I say that because they don't know no better. And they're only using their ears and consuming the music real quick and moving on with their day. They're not doing research on this. They don't give a fuck. They don't care. They have lives. And with Tecca being a pretty big name and low-key a rap star, anytime they'll ever hear Pasto, they'll always bring up the comparison, especially with their sounds being scarily similar and at times even hard to differentiate from one another. Like I'm telling you, I wouldn't know who I was listening to on shuffle. That's just the fact that Pasto fans will have to face. And no, I'm not trying to take away anything from Pasto and saying that he's a littler Lil Tecca, or he's a Tecca 2.0, or a Tecca negative 1.0. I'm not saying none of that. And if anything, I kind of enjoy him better. And you can spot little differences, especially if you're really a fan, like with his tone being a lot more deep and his beats and flow more resembling an underground sound, contrasted to Tecca's more pop art, rap caviar type internet money beats with their corny ass 808s. It's low-key not for me, but at times it can hit. But the reality of the situation is Tecca just blew up with that sound first. And it's gonna get to the point in the mainstream where people will say, we already have a Lil Tecca, so why do we need a Pasto Flocco? And that's just the uncomfortable truth. And which is also why I say it would make more sense if they were still on the same team like they were with Angelic, except for beefing, or, oh, we're not beefing, we're just not fucking with y'all, it's beef. But hey, I'm just looking at it from the mainstream point of view. Not saying that he can't go up off of that. And hey, who knows? I may be wrong. There might be room for everyone to eat. But that's just something that as he goes up, people will see and say. And that fact of them sounding so similar, being already associated, and me finding him through Tecca, working together and sounding so similar, that fact will for sure hinder him from reaching his true potential. And now it's unfortunate because they don't rock with each other no more. And it's like, why? Why is it always the most fine duos end up beefing and being separated right before they reach their peak? Right when they was doing the most craziest shit. R.I.P. Angelic. Now it's goddamn galactic. Assemble looking at. But that sound like the most fire basketball team. That sound like the most deadliest nerd gang of all time. I swear to God. They gon' murk your strategically, goddamn. Hypothetically speaking. But yeah, Versetti, Pasto, y'all niggas fix that shit. It probably ain't even worth it for real. Knock it off. Now, don't get me wrong. I have love and respect for Duwap Kane as he held the underground down when we needed it most. When Pump and Perp took it with Xanax and clout goggles and Supreme Gucci threw up in my mouth looking at, but when SoundCloud was dead in the eyes of men, him along with Candy and a few others were around and survived through the plug era, the clout era, and he dropped the motherfucking Bible too, or underdog, whatever y'all call it. But when we needed him most, he vanished. And we all appreciate Duwap over here, and I'm not gonna lie, his influence on a ton of artists has changed the game, as he's now seen as a figurehead of the Southern underground movement, becoming a huge influence towards people that are even younger than him coming up now. As you can see, his flow and his swag, the whole underdog sound, just dripping all over SoundCloud ever since 2018. And I guess you can say he's a pioneer, but GOAT? Because a GOAT to me, in my opinion, is a nigga with hella hits and hella influence. That is a GOAT. Because a nigga can easily be a Space Ghost Perp, but it's hard for a nigga to say that they're a Drake, that they're Uzi, that they're an X, that they're a Kanye. Not many can say that. And of course you can have a subjective opinion, but Duwap objectively isn't a GOAT. So stop saying that bullshit. Bro is young and has time to grow, being 18 years old, inspiring all these guys, but he doesn't have a solidified internet hit. I don't even think he has a video with over 2 million views, 3 million. And I feel like niggas be giving out that GOAT term towards anybody, just passing it around like a blunt at a kickback. And not to say that Duwap still ain't fire, But y'all gotta chill on, bro. Let him grow. He got time. And he did and does have a great career with a pretty solid discography. But objectively, he's not up there. And yes, he did play a part in the success of all these guys coming up in their sound. But even with the guys that he inspired, like I said, they took the inspiration from his flow, expanded on it, and just made better shit overall. Rapping on these Slayer, Gianni, Zangang, and Zay Skills beats. And just start going up with it. And they're still climbing. Everyone is still climbing. I ain't even trying to talk down on WAP, but don't talk up on the nigga. Duwap is still fire, but let him grow. Let him do more to really solidify himself before you go calling him a godfather. Go father your children, my nigga. And while in fall all the way the fuck back, the order of these projects from strongest to weakest goes like this. I'm not gonna explain right now, but that's what it is. Okay, cut. Damn. Y'all whole ass nigga done ruined Chrome Heart. And it's like, how did y'all ruin the brand that fast? That quick? That is impressive. Now we got Drake putting it all over his goddamn crib, his car, ketchup bottles, probably got chrome ice cubes. Like, what the fuck? No, I just can't look at it the same as every rapper has a pair. The same piece too, that goddamn trucker hat. And Adam 22 has it, so that's just kind of... These LA niggas done ran it the fuck out. Now I can't even see anything resembling a cross without thinking, no, I don't want your SoundCloud link, my nigga, please. And at this point, it's like, fuck Chrome Hearts. Me and my niggas taking your heart. Whoa! Rodeo is overrated. And that's just a fact, bro. That's just how I feel. It's just whatever. And bro, honestly, if I was to just hear this album and this was the only Travis Scott album that was available, then I would actually understand the overrated argument that so many people have about him until Astroworld. But this is just whatever, bro. I don't get the hype. I really don't. It just sounds like your typical pop, trap, rap music. And apart from songs like 90210, 3500, Pray for Love, Antidote, Maria I'm Drunk, and Apple Pie, you know, the bigger songs, it's just not hitting. And it barely even compares to the music that's being released now. It's not that strong of a debut. I only enjoyed damn near 30% of the project. It's really not all it's cracked up to be, and what fans and stans of him might make it seem. It's just not all that astounding, monumental, or pivotal to Travis' discography, and I could barely even bring myself to finish it as it felt like a chore to do so. And to be honest, the features were the only thing that really kept me going and why I kept listening to this album. Because the thing is with Trav, he's not the best rapper. He doesn't have the best flow, melodies, bars, but bro's an artist. It's the art that he puts together that makes him him. And when he's behind the board, creating this from start to finish, from the beats, the samples, and off the strength of him, that's where he flourishes. That's when he's in his bag. That's where he's in his element. And yes, he may have a little highlight here and there with a little hard flow or hard melody, but for the most part, it's all what's really behind the music. His aura, presence, and the rage. And with the production not being all that, which I feel was like the main focus of this album. His vocals, his songwriting, his rapping, more than the actual beats and production and overall vibe of the music. Which is a total different side from the Trav that I know. I'm talking Goosebumps, Can't Say, Skeletons, Houston Fornification, Coffee Bean, Wonderful. The music you can feel more than you're just listening to. And with that being the main focus, it just didn't hit that hard. A lot of ideas and sounds being thrown at you, but not fully developed and with a lot of autotune. It isn't bad or anything, but it isn't the Trav that I know or that I fuck with. Just some autotune over some generic trap beats. It felt longer than it needed to be. And when it's only his rap that stands out, we get songs like the production, and not to say he wasn't behind the boards and hands-on with Rodeo, it's for sure not on par with his future work, as has grown not only as a figure, but artist, rapper, musician since this album, with Birds being one of his most underrated and overlooked projects when the production and engineering of the music gives off that ambient, out-of-body, journey-like feel, but his energy along with the music has grew, all adding to his artistry and him as a whole. That's what truly makes Travis a GOAT, and it's what separates him from the millions of other artists. The whole package. And that whole package wasn't fully developed that early in his career. Rodeo was only the mere beginning of that. Now we all know the song, the worst song of 2021, If I Gave You All My Love. We all know the song. And to be honest, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Young M.A. really snapped on Soul Train. I ain't even gonna lie. I mean, she really did her thing. Like when you and I mean really, when you really listen to the subject matter of the song, not like the song, like I'm saying though, like when you listen to it with headphones, just imagine if someone else sang it. Nah, but like the beat, when the beat, like but like, you know, like the vocals, like the vocals, oh man, The album cover's really nice. Alright, I'm fucking around. I'ma holla at y'all.